Welcome back to some Talos Principle 2. I'm dear darling, and what do I usually say? Why are we here? What truth awaits us? Why don't we answer more of these questions together? Where last time I don't remember. I think, we were visiting past areas, weren't we? To try and get, some stuff. But I wonder if I should turn down also the settings in this game, because I'm gonna be honest, the file size in this game is like crazy big. You know what, it's really all on medium. You know what, let's just turn textures down a little bit. I should have done this like not in there, but you know, whatever. I don't know if that's gonna help a lot, because I think the reason the file sizes are so big is because of all these like particle-esque sort of sizes. How do we get back to the mega structure? Travel to megastructure. I didn't realise I already had it selected. But because I think of all the foliage and the leaves is why Talos Principle 2 video sizes are huge.
My analysis of the particle clouds.
Didn't you already?
At first I thought they might be some kind of nanotechnology, but I was wrong. It's a lot worse than that.
What's worse than nanotechnology?
It's a completely unknown type and state of matter.
That's pretty cool. Is that bad?
Within our understanding of physics.
Oh, I guess that's kind of scary.
Created and manipulated by
magic.
Someone.
Fascinating.
Well, here we are. I assume we're going to be flying in via helicopter. Interesting to see these lasers. Sort of. Okay.
Come on, people, get on board. We haven't got all day.
Is everyone already on board already? It's just me? Okay, well,
Yakut,
you know.
Take us in.
Aye, aye, sir.
I'm not sure what's going to be awaiting us, because we have multiple different worlds.
Have any of you ever read
Still.
an ancient writer called Ian Banks?
I have not.
I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when
What's
a
that?
society
Okay.
encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it.
It's kind of
That's
like
what this is.
people in the past predicting
This
what the
whole
future would look like,
place
right?
is one giant outside context problem.
I guess that's not really
We're
true, because you could conceive of it, right?
into it.
I mean, I don't think there's an underlying sense of horror here. It's just kind of more like a interesting. I mean, it's pretty dark in here, though.
Set down over there. Should
What a
I?
very convenient
Please do.
helipad landing
Can't
point.
wait to get a closer look.
I'm not really sure what I expected in the center. So it looks like a giant computer. I mean, from our understanding of computer, at least.
Setting down.
Which I'm not really
Okay,
sure
everyone.
what this
We need to
means.
explore as much as we can, separately if need be, but stay in touch.
I wonder how we can go back to the
Record
previous
anything
worlds as well.
interesting you find, and pay special attention to any clues as to who built this place and why.
Okay.
The schematics we found in that lab were extremely incomplete. So if you can find any more of those, that would be great.
I think someone should stay at the VTOL just in case.
I volunteer you. See you later, Al.
Okay. Interesting. You got anything to say? No. Everyone looks very spooky in the... Oh, that's binoculars. I was like, what are you doing? It is like really dark in here. Okay, so this is my ongoing thing, theory. This is a computer. I guess the next worlds are deeper inside the labyrinth still. It kind of looks like a Maze Runner or whatever. I've not even seen that movie, but... interesting. They are running off. This music, dramatic. More of these statues of, presumably these... I was going to say deitic figures, but I don't think that's an adjective. Of these deity-like figures. Right, okay. Oh, interesting. What on earth is that? I wonder what mythos we're going to be drawing things from this time. I don't know what this is. It kind of looks like, you know, slots that you put RAM in, to be honest. Like a bit, what they call PCI slots? No, I think that's our video card. Okay. Well, we've got somewhere to the left. And somewhere to the right. What a foreboding statue. Almost like it's staring at us. Hello.
This thing seems to be broken.
Oh, we can't even get in. Okay, fair enough. I guess let's explore the left place first. Why is the music so ominous? Do you think there are puzzles in here as well? I mean, there must be from like a meta sense, but I don't know if it's just like a transitionary thing before we get to the next megastructure and start doing things. Oh, hello. What is zoom in?
Isn't this an incredible space? Look at it all. It's beautiful.
I agree. It's awe-inspiring, I'd say.
Excellent. I
Why
find
would you
that
say it like
a
that?
lot of people these days can't see the beauty in things created by human hand.
Really?
They can look at an ant colony or a coral reef and be impressed, but if it was made by humans, they just don't see it.
I don't know. I think a lot of things which
It's
are
good
considered
to
the
be
greatest
humble
artworks
as an
of the time
individual,
is
but we have to
created
be
by
careful
humans.
not to lose track of our accomplishments as a species.
you know, paintings, sculptures,
If
etc.,
we're
etc.
impressed by the complex
music.
patterns produced by animals, then this should be breathtaking.
Interesting. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. I wouldn't be staring at that with binoculars. Staring at a bright light of a laser seems like a really bad idea, but I will say environmentally, this has taken quite the left shift, or quite the parallel universe jump to a very different tone that we got going on here. Very sort of geometric while intertwined with nature. Which I'm not really sure what to expect from this. Okay, so we've got the Sphinx again. We've got Prometheus. Presumably we're going to have Pandora on the other side. Interesting. We've got something we can activate there, which we'll do in just a second, because presumably that will guide us forward. So that is Pandora. Ah, she's the statue which we're meant to shine the laser into, right? So that's what I was saying, that Pandora doesn't have a thing to interact with. She does. We just didn't manage to solve it. So, okay, so Sphinx is... So the Sphinx stuff is for statues and the clues in the environment. And then, presumably Prometheus is the following of the five, and Pandora is the manipulation of the puzzles to extend beyond the actual reach of a level scope they have themselves. From Arkady Chernyshevsky's In Our Likeness, Essays on Humankind Reaching Adulthood, what I propose, then, is that we are not born as entirely free agents, responsible only for ourselves, and the very core of what we are. Our sentience separates us from and elevates us above the animal kingdom. As I've argued, it is not a matter of arrogance, but of responsibility. However, this blessing also demands something else from us, something more personal than responsibility, and that is loyalty. Our ancestors, less atomized than we are, experience a crude version of this loyalty, swearing allegiance to tribes, races, nations, and other such semi-fictional concepts. This fragmented understanding was easily exploited and led to many conflicts. We can condemn them for that, or we can choose to believe that these were necessary historical steps towards our growth. But above all, we must stop indulging in such childlike behaviour. It was giving me real vibes of, I can't remember what on earth that YouTube channel's called, but the god of everything else. Our species can no longer afford to believe in Mother Russia or Uncle Sam. Neither, however, can we afford to indulge in the adolescent rebels' misanthropy, rejecting the many gifts we have been lucky enough to receive, not from above, but from the history of our species. To put it simply, each of us owes a burden of loyalty to humanity itself, to the human project across time and space. This is not a minor matter, or some abstract issue for philosophers. It is a profound and significant part of every human life. It's a universal source of meaning and insight that can bind us together and set us on a path for a brighter future. And it is also a division, a line that must be held against those who preach the gospel of self-annihilation. We ignore it at our own peril. That's a low profile. Chernyshevsky, like Drennan, stood by this belief to the bitter end. Without him, the archive would not exist. As we owe humanity our loyalty, so we owe a more personal debt to those individuals who gave everything for our story to continue. That's a fair concept, I suppose. And a way to think about life. All humans owe humanity a great service, I suppose. And these, interesting. I don't really know what we're meant to be doing. I don't know if reading that has triggered something, and now when we go back here something may occur. Still staring at her. Oh, I didn't see this over here. wonder who this is meant to be. Melville. I wonder what this deity is meant to represent. Oh, okay, that's where we came from. That's what we just read. Is there something over here then? Certainly looks like it. Because this figure appears a lot with symbols, interesting as well.
Hold on a second, 1K.
Okay.
I think I can find an override for that door.
Oh, okay.
Maybe after that, you can help me with this elevator?
One problem at a time. What's going on with these fast structures?
The door's operated by a
doors
fast
should
structure?
be opening. Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No idea where I am, but it's working.
Oh.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
Where am I? I feel like I'm in a sort of tribunal judgment area for a deity, which is casting its own aspersions on me. I'm not sure what to make of this. I'm sort of just like letting it happen, seeing what happens. Oh my word, this place is pretty big, huh? I'm mainly just sort of seeing what happens, and then, well, it looks like there's a pathway we want to get to. And from there, we can make conclusions based off what we see. Very pretty though, having these like lily pads, pondish areas around here. Quite a long corridor. Interesting, a walkway. Oh, Yaku, you're here too. Hello.
Hey, 1K,
That zoom in
can we
is
talk
so
for a second?
unnerving. Yeah, sure.
That whole thing with the elevator just gave me the creeps.
Yeah. Sure, what's up?
When we first arrived here, I was really excited. It's such a huge place. The technology is so advanced. If we figure out what it all means, we could really change the future of New Jerusalem.
True.
The mayor says we have to avoid repeating the mistakes our ancestors made, to stay humble, to not reach too far. And that sounds very abstract, but I've seen the ancient cities. I've seen how much
I've lived
they
in them.
built, how much they grew.
True. That's why we have
How
things
far
like
they
a
fell.
green belt.
So I've been thinking, what if all this sets us on the same path? What if this is too much power for anyone to control?
Interesting. You're right, this place could be dangerous, but we need to understand it. I think it's more complex than that. Power isn't necessarily good or bad. I don't think what went wrong with our ancestors was too much power. Honestly, I think it's too early to tell. I think your original impulse is correct. New Jerusalem needs this technology. Mayor's premise is wrong. He's assuming history can only develop in one way. Okay, what do I think is true? But we need to understand it. I think that's a fair thing to make. I don't think I agree with it the most out of everything, so I'm not going to select it. Complex power isn't necessarily good or bad. I think this might be one I go for. Power is just what it is. It doesn't have, like, I suppose, inherent morality or associated outcome tied with it, I suppose. But again, I guess that's also not what you're really saying now I think about it, so maybe you just might get a bit annoyed when I'm just like taking it a little bit too literally. Don't think what went wrong with our ancestors was too much power. It certainly didn't help, I suppose. Honestly, I think it's too early to tell. Very true, but I think this is an unhelpful conversation. I think your original impulse is correct. I do not think this is necessarily true, and I think this is true as well. I'm going to say this.
So what do you think it was? What made our ancestors destroy themselves?
It was actually a lack of power. With more control over biology, they would have survived. They got their priorities wrong. If they invested in medicine before the virus, they would have survived. I think it would have, if I had to say anything, it would be differing ideals or something. They weren't careful about the side effects of their growth, otherwise the virus would never have been released. Most of them wanted to do things differently, but the political systems wouldn't let them. It's just bad luck. Confidence of bad things. They almost made it. Doesn't matter. We're not them. Probably
And
this.
what will prevent us from developing the same political problems?
Now that I think about it, I guess it may be right after all. We can learn from the past. Yes, but everything important carries some risk.
Funny, that's exactly what the mayor said. But you're right. If it's possible to learn from the mistakes of our ancestors, that means history doesn't have to repeat itself.
And if it does,
Thanks
then
for
our
talking to me,
descendants
1K.
will
I know
learn
we're in the
from us, I
middle of
guess.
something, but I kind of needed that.
No worry, I got you. I'm a part of this group, maybe. Question mark. So where did you come from, Yakut? Like, where is the elevator? I don't know if we could have taken the elevator after, just to be like, see where it ends up. I thought this was a face for a second. Whoa, okay, hello, Yakut. Far more eager than I am. What is that? Excuse me? We're not going to talk about this? Whoa. Okay. Oh, I thought it was actually rotating to look at me for a second. I was just about to get a little bit freaked out there. Right, okay. Well, we still see the sky above, which is the most interesting. Oh! We're in a puzzle world. Now that's interesting. I mean, it's what I predicted, but still, it's a strange consequence of what is going on.
Puzzles. Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like
It looks like
some
another
sort of fractal symmetry.
thing over here. That's the another world. So the layers just go deeper and deeper, I suppose. Unsurprisingly, it's... I don't know if I literally said it, but I was thinking it was good because it's going to be exactly the same sort of thing again. Where's the drone? Drones are always so hard to spot. Okay, well, do we have anything to... Okay, we do have things to put down, which is interesting. I'm not sure where we got this stuff from, but I mean, okay. Activate 3 beams. Right, well, we can see the beams. I guess we just go in each direction. It's a bit of a spooky noise. Let's start with this.
I keep getting locked out of parts of the system. I think I've tracked down some more schematics, though.
Nice.
Let's see. This might do something, or not.
What is that a person? Can I zoom in? Interesting. I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, let's just do these very strange puzzles. It very much feels like a trial. Wait, what? How do all of these have things that we can interact with? That's what I'm most confused by. So this is probably what we end off with. Interesting. Interesting. It doesn't fit. What happens if we fall off? I assume this must not be the one we start with then. That seems like a pretty safe one to start with. It still doesn't fit. I don't even know what we're trying to do here. I just came over here for no apparent reason. Well, there's a red laser receiver over there. Interesting. So the levels are no longer constrained to just the one level we're in anymore. This is very much playing outside of the realms of the playground we've had before. Okay, and we need a green. But what will that even open up for us? I'm not sure we can see. But presumably we need that thing back there for it. So I need to be able to shine a blue laser into you, but I need this to stay open. But that stuff can't move, right? I'm just trying to think how this would be solved before I do it. I guess I switch for position. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. So I'll put this here, basically. Excuse me? There, 20 minutes. Okay, let's just do this quickly. And then we'll round off the episode. You might be like, what are you talking about? The answer is basically we just put this thing as far right as possible. So then you can be put here. I'm not... It's interesting because it doesn't have that whoosh sound which plays when you've like the thing fully loaded in, so we know that it succeeded. I guess it's just quite very linear levels maybe until we get the thing we needed done. Or is this just a big blue laser? I guess we'll do this next time. So for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principal. I've been Dear Darling. Talos Principal 2. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.